Hello, great man and great woman. As a Christian, we often trust God for different things. You'll often hear people say things like, I am waiting on the Lord for marriage. I am trusting God to give me the right partner. I am waiting on the Lord. You hear all these kind of phrases that people often say. But I kind of just thought about it that a lot of people say these phrases, but they don't quite understand what they really mean. They be waiting for God's promises in sin. It will never come. So, in other words, there is a condition that you need to live by. You need to adjust your life to be living by so that those promises of God can become a reality in your life. You see, so you don't just wait for God while you are living in sin. You don't just wait for God when you are not obeying God. You cannot wait for God when a message from God comes to you through a servant of God or a dream or whatever God uses to pass on the message to you, but you're not getting it. You see, so you need to be aware of God speaking. You need to be aware of the season. You need to create the condition that allows the blessings of God or the promises of God to become a reality in your life. Otherwise, you are just saying things which will never happen to you. You see? So a lot of people, for example, are waiting for like a right partner. They want God to send them a right partner for marriage, to get things right and be married and have a family. But they don't even understand that there are things that they need to stop doing. There are things that they need to get right before they meet the right partner. And the bottom line is, they say they trust God, but God cannot trust them. So here's a question for you. Can God trust you? Are you trustworthy for what you are waiting for from the Lord? Is your life condition, your lifestyle, allowing God to work for you, to work with you, to work through you? Is your lifestyle allowing the promises of God becoming a reality in your life? You see? So we've got to learn how to be ready while we wait for the Lord, to be ready while we trust for God's promises. So like I said, is it possible to be trusted by God? Can God trust you? Can God trust you? For whatever that you are waiting for from the Lord, can God trust you? Are you ready? Will you maintain that blessing? Will you not abuse it? Will you not destroy the blessing? A lot of people are waiting for a right partner from the Lord, but their own lives are not pleasing God. They still have so much pride. They still think God has to do things their way. They still have a lot of misconceptions about marriage. They don't know what marriage means to God. They don't know their own purpose in life. They don't know their own place in marriage. How all these things work, they have no idea. But then they say, I am trusting God for marriage. You see, God will not do anything because it's not going to be good for you. So I just gave that example of marriage, but you know what you are waiting for from the Lord. You know what you've been trusting God for. You know what promises of the Lord you want to become a reality in your life. So the bottom line is this. Create the condition that allows that promise to happen in your life. Live a life of holiness. Fear God. Run away from sin. Respect the words of God. Respect the commands of God. Be flexible to do the will of God when God speaks to you through a servant, through a dream. If you don't understand, look for a spirit-filled man of God to interpret those things for you so that you create in you your condition that allows the word of God to become a reality in your life. May God bless you. You are a great man, you're a great woman. It's time to rise and shine.